yourself or staying?
We'll talk after.
Yeah, that was not exactly the time.
I was being very subtle.
Not here is not subtle. Here isn't subtle at all.
Where's that coloring book?
Piss off!
Oh, well,
It's my coloring book.
I can give you a hand grenade. I'll trade you this.
Show me a hand grenade. What's that? It sounds awesome.
Give me the coloring book first.
Here's the coloring book, and then I'll show you where I put it.
I've got some candy.
It's a...
Upon waking, new magic is mine, now able to speak with the dead. Nidoya's tincture I drink, and rouse the Mhyrrh from his deathbed. Many questions we have, and ask what we can. His death a great evil in this witch Yaga, yet so much we don't understand. With Xantis we leave Qain, to the Mhyrrh's house we go, an investigation after the maid's death, as Death Song continues to grow. Into the cart the body for inspection, and the bells toll, announcing the infection.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of PeakD&D. Last time, our heroes loaded a dead body into a wheelbarrow
That is just blankets that smell like lilac.
and have rolled it into church. I suppose I should elaborate a little. Qain didn't feel so good, and Triss had another really scary dream, and you've decided to make that everybody's problem. And now there's a full-scale emergency meeting of the town's ruling council in progress. You guys verified that indeed at least one of the people that Triss saw in her dream is dead. You also cast Speak with Dead to speak with the spirit of the Mhyrrh, and discovered that he blamed something called the Death Song for his murder, among other things. So, you guys have rolled up, the town council is assembled, everybody is standing on different sides of the body, and...
I'm just gonna push Mino, Moreland, and I in front of the wheelbarrow, so we're just blocking it.
You couldn't have left that outside?
Well, panic may have ensued even more.
Qain seems marginally more lucid. He is still wrapped up in burlap, but he doesn't appear to be calling himself a good little coconut anymore.
That's good.
He is definitely not well, but he is able to sustain a
Just
conversation.
high on Dayquil, baby.
Yeah. It's good. I look forward to
You drank so many potions in that office before you found something that actually sent your fever down. It's really remarkable that you're still standing.
Yeah, it was I went to take a whiz and 18 different colors came out. It was weird.
Oh, that's
It's one right after the other. It was
Very
oh, that's blue.
healthy.
Why is it blue? Oh, now it's green. Now it's okay, normal. It's clear. Then it was red. And then
Means you need to
was
hydrate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not when you have when you have the flu and you just get all hopped up on Dayquil, you're I'm just day fever dreaming now. I'm just all right, this is great. You and the lizard, let's go.
What? I have drank enough of this tincture to fight God. Let us see what we got.
Let me
When everybody's head is replaced by swirling rainbows, I will return to my chambers for the evening.
Robo trippin'.
Thank you for having me, Your Majesty.
So they all look really tense. When you're able to talk to Qain later, you can tell that they've already had an argument before you guys even got here.
You could cut the sexual tension in this room with a knife. a sexy knife.
So currently there appear to be some side conversations happening. Nadolia is speaking to a very, very large man with like watermelon-sized biceps. The Shatterhelms are conversing with the young Vlad. They appear to be trying to get him to sign something.
That's probably a terrible idea.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a look at that contract for sure.
and Xantis appears to be poring over a scroll. Doesn't look like one of the ones he had with him back at the doctor's office where he dropped Qain off.
Okay.
And we ended with somebody saying that they need our help.
Xantis said there's an outbreak.
Oh, Xantis said
Yeah,
that?
if there's a moment pause, I would like to start taking action since everyone seems to be doing
Everybody is
their
like,
own thing.
yeah.
All right, so I would like to walk by the way of Xantis over to wherever this contract is. So on the way by Xantis, I'm gonna be like, "We brought you something," and then I'm going to go up to young.
Cart full of roses?
We'll discuss later.
It's a dead maid.
Yeah, we brought you a body to examine.
Okay. That's
And then I'm going to pluck the contract. As young Vlad's legal representative, I would like to peruse this contract before you get this minor to agree to anything.
Go ahead. You think you can get the miner to agree to anything useful? Be my guest.
I appreciate that sentiment, sir.
All right. So taking a look at the contract, I guess.
Yeah.
You give it a once over. As previously established, your character is proficient in legalese. And it appears to be a tersely worded, strictly functional decree implementing something called the Lord's Tithe, which would require farmers, butchers, and people who produce edible things to donate a certain percentage of their stocks to a general fund for the town.
To help with the famine.
To help with the famines and stuff, yes. You can't find any dark, windy clauses that say, and by the way, Dorgan Shatterhelm can do whatever he wants.
Cool. That's what I was looking for. Great. Excellent.
All right, what are we doing?
Who are you?
I'm your legal representation.
How are you feeling?
I feel
Okay.
like I could literally fly if I wanted to. I am so awesome. You know what? You're awesome. This whole place. This guy, stripy face, he is just the coolest. Like, seriously.
You want some of this brandy?
I was talking with, the Fira's ex-girlfriend. Wink, wink. And she thinks he's pretty cool, too. They were like best friends for a long time. And they were both...
So let me share with you what I have found.
You should probably stop talking now.
I'm gonna do all the exposition.
Obviously, we should do a renegade cut where, where Qain just gives all of this information out
Yes.
in whatever state he's in. Look for that on the shorts. But
Kane's fever dream.
Xantis, indicating the scroll he got, he makes a point to thank Nadolia for acquiescing to his presence in the temple library, however briefly. And,
God, will they, won't they? You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
the enemy we face is called the Death Song. It is a virulent, lethal plague. It is named for the sounds its victims make in the latter stages. On the first day, an infected individual will be almost indistinguishable. Perhaps a cough. The infection advances to a stage, fever, drying of the skin, and terrible itching.
What?
When the infection advances further, lesions, sores brought on by the victim's own scratching, bloody discharge, And then death usually follows. It is a difficult end. I believe it to be transmissible through miasma, through contact with the infected, and through pests. We do not yet know how much of the town is infected. One district in particular seems dire. I will tell you what it is as soon as I can find where the stupid notes are.
Does this have something to do with magic?
Yeah, the Venetti district.
The Venetti district. That's where we got in that fight, and you used magic.
It's true.
I was just pointing out to the esteemed doctor that the Venetti district is one with a great deal of Rashomani tradesmen. It will likely spread to the north of the city from there. The Thavians may well be safe.
I can assure you the Thavians will not be safe. There is one amongst them who has already contracted and perished from this disease.
Some of the people... that appears to be news to the Thavians at the table.
Let it be news.
I see. Who is this person?
I believe his name was Alvor. He's recently found his way here, I believe.
Interesting.
Isn't it, though?
We'll make inquiries after the man's condition. Anyone he was living with must be quarantined. We fight disease as we would fight a fire. Aggressively. Hesitation will lead to lives lost. There will be a great many things that must be done in order to ensure the safety of our town. Some of them will be difficult. We are in a dangerous position, and we can do little else as the entrusted rulers of this community. Crisis is never easy. We will see through this as we have seen through many things before. The Hidden One favors us and sees our faith. Our faith will guide us through this. Faith is very well and good, but I find myself a more practical man. I do not think faith will keep people in their homes, will keep the infected from leaving the districts where the disease has already broken out. We will need more than faith to see that this happens.
What would you suggest? Hammer Pants?
It's Shatterhelm.
That's what I said.
Hammerpants is my cousin. Well, I think that I must be given the authority to make summary arrests for those who break quarantine.
Perhaps you could put them in the mine.
I would do no such thing. Those people in the mines are the safest people in the city now.
Perhaps.
They'll be picking through all our bones once this disease has finally raged its way out. I will not apologize for saving lives, however unintentionally.
Happy little accident.
Very
My
funny
mommy
little
always
trees.
called me.
The Hammerends must be empowered to close off districts to enforce quarantine and to put a stop to the price gouging of food. These things must be done if any order is to be maintained. And whose order will it be, Shatterhelm? Ours, of course. Of course, I will be the one wielding it. It is my job as sheriff. Hey, you will be doing your thing with faith. I'm sure you'll be very busy.
These guys.
Didn't he also buy like a bunch of the farms though?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, and who's controlling all the prices of that food?
The market, of course, important. Can't be charging 3 gold when your neighbor's charging 40. Good way to go out of business.
But don't you control all the farms?
I don't control all the farms. I don't have time in the day.
So that's the plan? Keep everyone inside until this plague ravages the town and the few of us remain?
You don't like the plan? You have a better one, perhaps?
You said yourself.
Maybe I do.
You couldn't keep people inside. What's a
Maybe
bunch
not without roughing some people up. It happens.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun way.
Have we heard from everybody at this council?
We've heard from each of the factions.
Okay.
Young Vlad appears to be, he appears to have a coloring book.
That's probably for the best.
See, he hasn't really spoken up that much.
That's fine.
He's just a boy with a rubber stamp. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Now, Nadoy, let me ask you a question. Would disease in your faith have a spirit, an embodiment, a personification, if you will?
An embodiment. Let's say, like the Telthor, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Such a thing is... It's not impossible. Curious. Typically, the Telthor come from the noble beasts, the ones with the capacity for reason. A disease is a vapor on the wind. It is... I do not know if it is even alive.
Well, I think it is most surely alive.
Quite.
Well, Xantis knows somebody who tangled with this before.
We never quite established what you meant by that, and I would love to know.
Oh. Yeah, no, your buddy, S, whatever his name was. I wrote it down.
Somebody imprisoned this disease in a wooden mannequin and buried it by the Telthor.
Yeah.
At the beginning, when all of this started.
A wooden man.
Yes.
Those are Rashameni magics, not Thavian ones.
Be that as it may, as you know, your former Mhyrrh was
Cimarron, that was his name.
a fan of blending of the two cultures.
Indeed. He believed that this was wise.
And so, is it so preposterous to think a little Rashamani over here and a little Thavian over there?
A little bit of country, a little bit of rock and roll.
That's right.
A little bit of Monica by your side. Oh,
Goblin, number 5.
You! I like you!
Go back to your coloring book.
Okay.
Wait, no, say one for me, though.
What?
I want to do one.
No, it's mine.
All right.
It's mine!
Fine, that's fine.
All right. Goddamn right, it's fine. Feel it.
I like you. I'm gonna kill you last.
Is that a direct threat?
Did you just threaten the Mhyrrh in the house of worship of his own town?
He's unwell.
He's on page 2. He's fine. Sorry, I have a fever. I have the death song, I think.
That's great.
I look forward to my next bell.
What was that about, close contact?
I'm wearing a drape. It's fine.
Yeah. Here's to hoping.
This must be done with all those who are infected. Let them wear heavy clothing. Let them conceal their face. If they would be willing, have them cry unclean when others approach.
That sounds like fun.
Until we can be sure how the disease is spread, we must be certain. Must be cautious.
So what's the plan? We just wait until I die?
It sounds like that's as far as they've gotten.
You're gonna.
That is an excellent point, my very good coconut.
I have a good coconut.
It is
Need some
my
more
hope
Dayquil.
that we can develop a serum. Lacking access to higher order magics, our best bet, I think, is to pursue a serum, to study this disease, to observe its effects, and discover how to counteract them. Already I've made progress. His fever is greatly abated. It's not perfect.
What? Sorry. I was looking at the giant butterfly over your head.
This is still an improvement.
No, believe it or not, he's right.
Yeah, no, I feel great.
All right, so we've got team martial law. We've got team develop a cure. What's your suggestion?
As I said, the Hidden One will see us through. We will demonstrate our faith to her, and she will perform a miracle.
Wow. Team faith. All right. Thoughts and prayers?
We'll call that Plan B. Team thoughts and prayers, go for it.
Your doubt will only poison this town. If our community is to survive, we must believe.
I believe.
Nothing less will do for a miracle.
I feel as though if this community is to survive, then everyone needs to work together. Because this disease will not spare any one of you or us, and it will ravish this town that you have so preciously put together.
You know, the lovely Catwoman makes an excellent point. We don't need to choose. We can pursue what is necessary, and we can each attempt to banish this disease in the way we best know how. Regardless of whether we pray it away or whether we make some herbs together or whatever you're going to do over there, can we agree that the food prices must come down?
Yes.
Can we agree that men under quarantine cannot run amok through the town?
Hello.
You're supervised.
I'm wearing a drape.
You're not running amok.
I'm a draped coconut.
Hey, go ahead, take him. Let him set a good example for the people. Nadalia, you have goodwill with this community. Get them to wear the damn robes. Tell them to pray hard, and if they wear the robes and pray hard enough, then Mhyrrh will save us, or whatever the hell it is you're on about. Xanthus, go picket your scabs or something. I don't know what you do, but I imagine there's a scalpel in
For unrelated reasons, we will take this wagon and leave.
Pretty much.
With
yeah.
the doctor. What does Atoya think of all this?
Latoya hasn't really been speaking up too much. She appears worried and lost in thought. You're pretty sure that intensified at some point during this conversation.
Okay. We should see what. I think we should talk with her at some point.
Oh, I think so too.
But, you know, all the people that were sitting in your card game are in this
Where's
room.
Atoya?
What do you want to do, kitty?
Where is
She's
she?
over here with Xanthus.
She's the red robe. Was the one?
Okay.
The girl.
And Xanthus is that one?
Xanthus is the guy in the beige
That's
robes.
Ruben. That's like
Who's
his
Ruben?
assistant.
Oh,
the guy
that's
we
the
saved
assistant.
from being stoned.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, it's been an event for 3 days.
Yeah.
I want to.
What a way to breeze into
Just
town.
kind of more so whisper as other conversations just kind of happening and just say that, well, Latoya, you've been quiet. What do you feel through all of this is the best course of action?
I'm very worried about Alvor.
Yes.
Would you know
Perhaps
where
our
he
friend,
was-
perhaps our friend Triss might be able to.
You mean Darcel Jones of Clan Jaguar? Yeah.
Rewind. Darcel Jones.
That's what would have happened.
Perhaps Darcel would.
Where is Alvor staying?
We'll talk after
Yeah.
meeting.
Now's not exactly the time.
I was being very
Not here is not subtle. Here isn't subtle at all.
Where's that coloring book?
It's off!
No,
It's my coloring book.
I can give you a hand grenade. Oh, trade you this.
Show me a hand grenade. What's that? It sounds awesome.
Give me the coloring book first.
It's the coloring book, and then I'll show you where I put it.
I've got some candy.
It's under that
What do you
sheet in
think,
the center
Triss?
of the room.
I don't know what I think.
Kind
So I
of
think-
see how this room is shaping out.
We're gonna
It
follow-
seems like
Follow your lead.
I think with the toy, I would just say, well, come with us after the meeting and we'll try to set it straight.
I'm going to the doctor's house.
Yes,
That
you
you
are.
are.
So then, the people assembled outside,
Like
waiting
tiny
for
for
guidance. Is that what's happening?
I can only assume so. They will want to hear what their Mhyrrh and their Ukon have.
And they will want to see a unified front. They will want to see agreement. They will want to see confidence. They need to be reassured. You all have jobs to do, and I appreciate y'all think differently about things and have different interests at play, but none of your interests matter if this thing gets out of hand.
Not when it comes to that community out there.
So I urge you to put aside your differences for the time being, at least, while we get this under control. Because food prices, you're absolutely correct. I mean, this town's about to riot anyway, but if we go out there squabbling, that ain't gonna help.
Who better to feed the people than the people they put in charge?
Save the town now and
There will be a fund. You know, I like this cat woman. Nice and practical. So, who wants to be a leader? Nadolia and Xantis both kind of glare daggers at each other for a minute and then, like, quietly nod. You speak
right.
the truth. They will need to see us united. If we are at each other's throats through all of this, then we have already lost to the disease.
save the town now, hate each other later.
Yeah. Y'all can either work together or y'all can die together.
That does, in fact, seem to be the choice before us. Very well. They, the three honchos all kind of huddle for a minute, and then head out toward the entrance, presumably to address the crowd outside. That's not.
Triss is with them.
Triss is now the new leader. I also vote for this cat.
No, thank you. Yeah, I would like to follow and just hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
But on the way by, I would like to whisper to Barb, be like, I would like to talk to you when this is all done.
She gives you a curt nod and resumes trying to get young Vlad to sign the thing.
Oh, young Vlad, I don't suppose you would. If you sign that, I'll give you a piece of candy.
What color?
What color?
Hand grenade.
Any color?
What color? The one wanted yellow, right? That was like what the kids were after on the street the one time.
Roll wisdom to remember.
Didn't you also have one color, like one piece of one color, and that was the only piece? Wolf.
Wolf is correct.
I meant
5.
meow.
Nah.
No, it wasn't yellow.
Nah.
Okay.
He looks the yellow one over. Nah.
Blue.
Give him a hand grenade.
You have a blue one.
I mean, I have a bag of these fuckers. Do I have a blue one?
You have one blue one. Yeah, I'll do the Lord's whatever.
Watch him sign it.
Yeah. It's either that or the kid's gonna be suggestion. So.
Scritchy, scritch.
I mean, if I need to step in, I'll do credit.
I'll actually take that. There you go.
Do you want a hand grenade?
Good.
All right.
Alrighty.
That's how you get things done. Bribe children.
Children. Hey,
Bribe
if it
children
works.
with candy, everybody.
This is where we're at.
Oh yeah, I'm hanging back with you guys, I guess.
Yeah,
Alright.
I want to hear what's up.
So, I will spare
Grab
you
the
I'll spare you the Braveheart speech, but suffice it to say that the three of them, reasonably well, orate the nature of what the town faces, some basic instructions for sanitation, and a request for everyone to stay indoors as much as is possible.
But you can't take our freedom.
They say that there will be the Lord's Tithe will be invoked, and food rationing will be implemented. They will not have to pay the outrageous food prices after yesterday's exciting news.
Yes.
Cool.
Doctor, we have something to show you.
And there is also a heartfelt appeal from Nadolia to light their candles in remembrance of the Hidden One, and to pray fervently with all their hearts for the protection of the goddess.
Moisturize. Drink water.
Stay hydrated.
Wear your drapes.
They also mentioned that nobody should go to the Venetti district for a while.
They don't go there.
You're pretty sure you see some guards off in the distance gathering what look like some big old planks of wood.
Great. No, like barricaded.
Or burn
What?
it. Come again.
Come again. We're gonna burn that mother down. All
I
right.
don't know, maybe not. That's what it sounded like.
Will Latoya come back to the doctors with us?
She would be happy to do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Ruben, you cad.
What?
Let's go. You knew all about the secret Triss that the Mhyrrh was at. You were enabling it.
Hey, yeah, that's what I told you 2 days ago.
I know. I'm just saying.
So have the
game
crowds
respect game.
dispersed, or
Not right away, but eventually they do.
okay?
It seems like they have taken it, and nobody's rioting today.
Cool.
Yet.
But there's definitely a note of panic.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that people are really, really hoping that they would have heard anything else other than a plague is in town.
Sure.
Oh, while we're here, do we want to talk to Barb about the?
Well, I told her we would talk. I don't think having a conversation, any like clandestine conversations in here with all of these people is a good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the serial number thing? Do we need to get that?
That's what we're gonna talk. That's what I'm gonna talk to her about.
Barb. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's still pretty early in the day, yeah?
Still pretty early in the day.
Okay.
It's, let's see here. From over here to everybody's pontificating to probably sitting through a few arguments. We're looking at about 10:30, 11 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Time flies.
My God. Time keeps on slipping.
So, folks, what would you like to do about all this?
Drop off a dead body to Xantis.
So obviously, we're going to take the corpse over to the doctors.
Is the Mhyrrh's body a source of contagion? Should we like?
We can't really, because we tried to talk to Nadolia about that. She wouldn't have it. That was a full autopsy.
He's due to be interred, though, right? Like,
Right,
Yes.
but it was the
get him
religious
out
rite
of the big
passage,
public
That
place.
might be a thing to talk to Nadolia about.
Okay. Who's the big man?
This is what we tried to tell you.
He's just kind of glowering in the corner.
It is though, right? That's exactly what we tried to tell her, was that there was a plague, and she was like, nah. That's why she wouldn't do the autopsy.
Yeah. But now we have a different body that he can cut open. So
True.
it's less holy, but probably just as contagious.
Yeah. But there's no big chest scar, right? So that was caused by the dagger.
Yeah, there does not appear to be a matching chest wound on the fresh victim.
Scratched to
And
death by her.
supposedly there is a panacea recipe that was somewhere
That was paid for from Baba Yaga.
but has gone missing.
Right.
Has gone missing or was never delivered.
Right.
Yeah. Do we need to go find it?
Probably.
Or her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yaga.
Like, do we go find? Could you speak with Dead on this girly before she?
Well, you'd have to talk. Well, we'd have to talk.
We
to
need
Nadolia.
another tincture. Who gave us another tincture?
Nadolia. I believe.
Okay, we gotta talk to
Nadolia Brewster.
Nadolia before we leave here.
All right. So, presumably somebody waits outside with the wheelbarrow, and somebody talks to Nadolia. before
Nothing to see here, just potpourri salesman.
I'll talk.
Continue about your
Nadolia.
business.
Okay.
I don't suppose you would be willing to part with another tincture or two.
If it brings us closer to escaping the peril, I am happy to share what I have with you.
I appreciate that, and I may want to have a heart-to-heart with you here in a few. We've got a couple people to go see and speak to, but you're one of them.
I think a heart-to-heart might do me some good.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
Thank you very much. Your tincture.
Thank you. I think we should wait till we have her at the
Just
doctor's.
this again.
Yeah, sorry.
Do I get super disadvantage on con saves?
Double disadvantage.
Double, triple disadvantage.
Or you just contract the death song. We'll see.
Yes.
We surely will.
We shall.
I feel awful.
Has this been adjourned? Or
It appears as though it has been largely adjourned. There's
Alright.
still some sidebar conversations happening, but
So- as we're leaving with the Qain contingent, I would like to tell Bob, like, are you going to be at the house?
yes, at Shutterhelm's residence.
I will. Well, we're gonna go roundabout. I'll be seeing you here in a little bit.
I suspect you'll be seeing a lot of people today.
Certainly does seem to be that way.
Carry on. Try not to bring anything into my home that will kill me.
I'll do my best.
Stay 6 feet apart.
That'll do it.
We can visit through windows.
Yeah. All right. So then,
We have a cloth on. It's fine.
I'm wearing my drapes.
did
Nobody asked you to do that.
Santis, I guess.
Yeah, to just debrief him and give him a bottle.
Yeah, and I'll
And,
look
we,
for
and we're gonna talk to
Buff.
that. Maybe he knows what we should ask her.
Who, Xantis?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
has
he
an
might have a
idea
better
of couple
idea. Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But your dream seemed to imply that she had some information.
That is correct.
So I think this is an important one to talk to.
If
We're gonna use magic, yeah. No.
Oh, yeah.
Nadia, the
Yeah.
maid. The wheelbarrow girl.
Lilacs and bedding. Yes.
Nothing to see here, potpourri salesman.
Not for sale. Get out.
And then on the way, I'd like to keep an eye out for Muff when we are.
And Atoya's worried about
Yeah.
Alval.
You find him
yeah.
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You kind of get the sense that he was probably listening from one of these damn windows.
Yeah, for sure.
So, instructions.
Well, things are a bit dicey. And as luck would have it, that mine might actually be the safest place to be at the moment if no one has come down with the illness. Do you think you and your band could smuggle some food in and keep yourselves safe in there for a little bit?
We could do that.
That might be the best.
I gotcha. I hear the note. Let me see what I can do.
All right. You're a good man, Muff.
Thanks.
If that is your real name.
Yeah, unless you guys had a better plan to how to use the kids or how to help.
Yeah, like your real name is Quentin.
You cut me to the quick. With a K.
KW. Yeah, I mean, do you guys have a better? Because I was originally gonna have them run like errands and be eyes and ears, but everyone sort of
We need to keep people like, them
Yeah.
running out to
and keep them safe. Yeah.
like the only safe zone probably is not. One of them might be infected too. They don't know. We don't know. We gotta
Maybe I
work.
just killed all the miners.
We gotta work on I mean, if they're just dropping off food,
though.
they'll stay separate. Like they just need to drop it off. They can just wipe down their bananas and stuff. It'll be fun.
Oh gosh, I remember that face now. Crazy, right?
Yeah. I've never cleaned a grocery bag before, but I sure as fuck did 2 years ago.
All right.
I think the doctor can help us. But I think it's gonna go beyond. My other thought was like, is the Ulthor gonna be able to help, or like, would anybody powerful enough, if we could give them magic, could they?
The amulet, yeah. See if
Yeah,
we can do
is
something
that
better. I don't know.
Like if someone like Nadoya didn't seem to know anything about like restoration spells or anything like healing magic.
No, she's actually an arcane caster.
Oh, interesting.
Just happens to be the priestess of this church.
Yeah, which is what I said. If you're gonna found a town, bring a cleric.
Yeah, that was not smart.
But I also wonder if, like, I mean, he went and talked to that witch about divine, you know,
I think
to make the impossible possible.
I think
And
we
if
need
there's a cure,
Yeah. I think we need more information, but I think it ends with us going to find his witch. So, and who would know more about it than?
she refused.
I mean,
yeah.
Atoya might know, because she was talking with the Fida about it. But like, maybe Nadoya, because she was the only
Like
one. we brought.
Atoya, you asked her about the witch, and Atoya was clear that
He was pretty tight-lipped about that.
he did not want her seeking out the witch.
Right.
So he kept as much information about her from her as possible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
But if the refugee came down with it and it's like a 3 or 4 day incubation period, that means that like it is outside of the town, because they came into the town.
Yeah.
So we've already possibly broken contain.
but if Birdman has something to do with this, we got him. We need bait. We got to get him to show up.
I don't know if there is a him.
In the sense that you don't know.
I don't think that's how it works. But maybe we can ask. Maybe that could be one of our questions. Did the Birdman come for you before you died? Maybe.
Yeah, because you can see him. You're the only one that's seen him, as far as we know.
It's true, and I did see something leave in the wind from her quarters.
You saw something, yeah, like a weird.
That's why I think it's
Something
sentient.
in the wind,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
It was almost like
All right,
bugs.
let's talk to the dead girl. Why? It's not weird.
Wheelbarrow.
All right, yeah, let's go back to the doctor's office, at least a little bit more private.
Yes.
Alrighty. So wheelbarrowing this potpourri that's not very suspicious at all to the doctor's house. You know, I bet this place is gonna stink real bad in a few days. Let's have some potpourri.
Just traveling potpourri salesman. That's our cover. Now.
All right, so you roll up. Xantus has some of the books put away, others are not. He appears to have like alembics and Bunsen burners, like just covering every surface, and he's got like 20 different brews on the fire. He appears to be in the let's see what happens if X stage of this.
Well, where's your examination table?
Let me clear off these Bunsen burners.
You're going to need to. And I take off the blankets, I grab the body, and I put it on where he clears it off. That's the maid.
She expired from the disease.
Indeed.
Does
Last
anyone
night.
know you have her?
Two really nice guys for what they've done.
Yeah, how much those guards like saw us and helped us?
Oh yeah, they helped you
yeah.
load the corpse
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
wheelbarrow.
To a shed of helms, man.
Might know, but they weren't the brightest tools.
But none of Nadolia's.
no,
No.
not that we're aware of. That's why we grabbed it and brought it straight to
Local
you.
culture is particular about the dead, as I'm sure you've noticed.
Of course, but we have a contagion
But-
on our hands.
You are absolutely right, and
What I've heard is
I
that the
will
cure
happily
is from-
perform an autopsy if it saves any of the living. I will ask the dead's forgiveness when I am done.
Well, it's funny you mentioned talking to the dead.
I can ask him for you.
You want to see something really cool?
Yeah.
One of you can master that spell?
That wouldn't go straight to master, but
I remember it. I recall it. It was very useful and would be again. Right. Oh, yeah, you actually told me that you did that. So I guess, these past few days have just been crazy.
It's been a lot.
I have been a handful, let me tell you.
It's like having a baby the size of a gorilla.
Oh, you remember? You should have seen him in the streets when he was screaming "Mhyrrh!" 5 in the morning.
He did appear to suffer a brief relapse, yes.
Muff, are we looking for Muff again?
I'll go find him. Give me a hand grenade.
And a piece of candy.
To first, let's keep everything above board. He hands each of you what looks like a small pewter pin depicting a mortar and pestle.
Oh. Cool.
You are all my assistants. You are empowered to cross quarantine barricades if you deem it necessary. I implore you not to put yourselves or others at risk needlessly. But, well, our search for a cure may take us to many places.
Including speaking with this young woman.
Indeed. Shall we then?
What does the amulet do?
We have reason to believe that she might have some valuable information that would have been very helpful
She
in your...
spoke to me in a dream last night. Told me if we would have got there in time, she could have helped. But now we have a doctor, and we have one who can ask a few questions at least. So perhaps we can find some answers.
Very well.
Both spiritual and
medical. What should we... What is there anything that you need to know? What would be helpful?
what do we want to ask it?
So much. Only 5 questions.
Yeah, that's how it works.
What was it she would have told me?
What
If
would
you
you
can
have told
spare-
Dawson Jones?
If you can spare a question,
Did she know us? Did we meet her?
ask her how fast the fever set in. Will give me some idea of the disease's progression.
All right.
Okay.
You got that?
How fast did the fever set in?
Yeah.
How fast?
When did
the
she
wolf-
notice it, and how long did it take before she expired?
Please ask her if she is a good coconut.
Noted.
We'll put it on the list.
Yes.
We can't think of anything else.
Good coconuts.
Get the chalkboard out. Brainstorming. Good questions for the dead.
Not a thing dry erase about that.
Possibly something like if when she died, if she heard or saw bird, person, or any
If she
sort
saw,
of.
if she saw an entity before she died.
Yeah,
Did you
or
see a
like
face or
what?
a mask?
Yeah, or heard
Did you hear anything?
Spirit. Yeah.
something. Yeah, what she was going to tell us when she was still alive.
Do I
Did she
if I
know?
refer to us as us, like the pronoun us, or if I need to refer to us by a name?
I mean, what you would have
Told.
Garfield and Friends.
Garfield and Friends.
Is that who we are?
I don't know. It's a working title.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All right. I don't know how specifics work, but I guess she's talking like they. Like,
I mean,
the Fiora knew who I
the-
was.
the
Like, as in
dream
sense
was-
of, like, we
seemed
were
to be
talking
more
about
like-
yeah.
Beyond the veil. Right? So she might not necessarily, like if we say, what would you have told us? Because that was like after she died, maybe?
Like what she said, like she
What
found
does she know?
What does she
Yeah.
know about? What does she know about this situation?
the
What does she know about
Fira's
the
death.
Fira's
What did she
death?
see?
Yeah, well, she was there when.
Yeah.
She was there when she saw it. So what does she know?
So
about
we
the
should
Fira's
ask
death?
about what did you? Yeah, when you found the Fira, what did you see? Maybe
Yeah,
that might help.
that fever question.
Mm-hmm.
When did it set in, and how long did it last before she died?
If you could phrase that into one question, that'd be ideal. But if it
Well,
has to
that's
be
what
two-
that was what I'm going to try to do. Yeah.
And then,
If she saw something before she, like, if a
Yeah.
entity, spiritual, or
have you seen a man in a bird mask, or a creature in a bird mask?
Yeah. Give it a shot, man.
all right. Go go go.
Oh, wow, that's even worse.
No. You know what? You look as good as I feel, and I feel like shit.
Never goes down easier.
Okay.
Alright then.
You have the same sense of being incredibly nauseous, but being taller than everyone in the room.
Yeah, I guess her. Well, the visage was somewhere else. It wasn't necessarily the dead body last time. So, okay. So yeah, I cast Speak with Dead on her. On her body.
Okay. Qain, you know to look for it. His left eye turns red again. If you point it out to Triss, it becomes impossible not to notice. This is just to see if Triss is even
like
paying
I'm staring
the trivialest
purposely.
amount of attention, given everything that's been going on.
Brandy.
Blick, 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 blick. Nice.
So, again, you find your consciousness sort of split between your physical location and a sort of liminal space where your consciousness is. This time, you see, instead of a chair, you see a woman furiously scrubbing at a wash basin. She appears to be scrubbing some sort of like pale gray blanket in soapy water.
Nadia was her name?
Nadia was her name.
Hello, Nadia. We come to you in search of answers about anything you might know about this disease that have overtaken you and now possibly this town. First question would be when did the fever set in and how long did it last until you expired?
Yesterday evening, I began to get hot as I washed the linens. I went to bed. I did not see the dawn.
Woof.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Cool. She didn't see the dawn, so do I ask about the plague, Master? What was the other one?
Her eyes were definitely open.
Oh, fair. Okay.
She saw that night.
Fair. Fair. When you got closer to death, did you experience any entity or spirit that came to you, perhaps looking like a plague doctor's mask?
No doctor did I see. But I saw, as the disease closed in, darkness. Living darkness. Like flies.
Checks out in my mind as far as what I saw from the thing.
You're pretty sure you've seen something that looks like that.
Sort of like what Triss dreamed too.
Mm-hmm. And then, what do you know about the Mhyrrh's death that could help this investigation?
I saw a man leaving. Hooded, cloaked. He told me to forget that I saw him. A berserker's tattoo was on his hand as he grabbed my arm.
Do we know about the berserkers? Do we know?
No. Next question.
Oh,
Kidding.
balls.
You didn't say it in the accent.
We only had 4.
We didn't use the voice.
I didn't use my voice. Can you tell me about? Can you tell me more about these berserkers? Do you know more about them?
The Owlbear Lodge. They defend the town from exterior threats.
Nice question.
What else did we need to know? I think that's.
Do you know anything of Yaga, the witch that the Mhyrrh was trying to contact?
The baleful eye of fear and flame cannot be found except by the lost and by those who already know where she is.
Cooler than what we had. Well, thank you, Nadia. May you rest in peace.
She exhales and just sort of dissolves into soap bubbles.
Awesome.
Well, we have 12 hours. It seems.
That little time.
Yeah, what do we do with this?
When hopefully this body can tell you the medical answers that you may need to find a antidote for this.
Think your theory may hold some weight. The disease is to progress that quickly. It would die before it could infect enough to sustain itself. It is not natural.
Well,
You say it bore the visage of a bird.
Well, one of them.
It was a man, slim, with a mask with a birdish beak.
Doctor's mask.
Much sharper, I believe, as you described it than a doctor's
looked
mask.
very vicious. And I believe its spirit or something was tethered to that wooden thing.
We
And
do
I don't know
believe it.
how your friend
One of the
managed to catch it by its tail, we were told.
I will make inquiries of him. And I think some others too.
Message.
I have
Okay, because you can like. shoot
some
magic
friends
forever.
yet in Qain.
No. These are desperate times.
Oh, that was my second, third level spell. So.
It's their knowledge I need, not their magics.
Can you get this knowledge in what sort of time frame?
I do not think we have much to waste.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Here. Take this concoction.
Nope. Haven't led me astray yet, Doc.
Not even the multicolored piss.
I mean, that was just a really cool side effect.
Don't include the flail snail shell extract in the next one. But that is a simple fortifying tincture. The best I can do. I do not know. My friend, I cannot promise that it will reverse the progression of the disease, but it may help you fight off further effects.
All right.
I can make more of these if you have need.
I mean, I feel like if you have the time, do whatever. There's gonna be a lot of people who need every bit of help they can get. Now, I do have one question before we leave you. You said that you thought this disease was maybe supernatural or had a spiritual element to it. Does that mean I should take these questions to Nadoya? Would she be the one to
If
follow
the
up?
disease behaves as the two of you have described, if there is some spirit to it, then she may well be able to advise you better than I could. It's not my field of study. I know the lines, and I will follow them.
Is Otoya here?
Toya is here. She is waiting outside.
Okay.
She didn't seem to want to be in the room with the sick people.
Weird.
Weirdo.
Get out of here. What are you weird?
or the dead body? Weird.
So weird.
The
You don't like
talking
dead
dead body.
people or sick people or sick dead people.
Dead sick people. You're dead handsome.
Thank you. I have a charisma of 6.
Well, I guess if that's everything here,
Let's
step
talk-
outside and
yeah.
talk to Toya.
Smoke break. Watch the. Oh, it's daytime. I was gonna say watch the stars.
Your man Alvar appeared to me in a dream last night, as did our poor Nadia, talking about how excited he was to breathe a day of free air. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Now, it's a small sample set, albeit, but it stands to reason.
I inquired after him after you left. He perished in the night. His skin was pale.
Checks out.
I have no right to ask you for further favors. But I have seen a great many people here by promising them safety. They are stashed various houses across the Redway. I have told them all to stay within. One of my safe houses is not provisioned for the amount of people who are staying there. If you can acquire enough food for a 10-day for 10 people and bring it there, I will do anything in my power to help you. I brought these people here. They are my responsibility. I will not have them starve. I understand that you have a lot on your minds, and I will do my best in your absence if you are unable to help me.
We got some decisions to make.
Maybe.
Seems like.
We'll see.
I would like to help these people. They deserve to start a new life here.
I mean, starving may be the mercy. No offense.
Well,
She hands you a bag.
What?
Money. For the food.
yeah.
Jeez.
Where's that key?
Which house is this?
Well, she takes the map that you very conveniently have and
Yeah, mark it
marks one on just about the southern edge of the Redway.
Okay. Okay, well, we were going to the Crooked Dwarf anyway, so let's just throw something else on that request.
Also,
yeah.
all the food you have.
Not all the food.
1,000 rations.
Just a bit extra. They'll make
You said
do.
10 for 10 days, 10 times.
Well, you know what? If they get 7 for 7 days, that's better than nothing.
I have
you're
one
right.
day. I have 13 rations.
Yeah, and just after you'd given up so much of your food.
I gave away a lot of food. I'm sure there was... the timing is just, serendipitous.
I mean, that was a dice roll, though. I mean, granted, it was. Yeah.
There was an element of randomness to it.
Yeah.
It was very pleasing.
No, of course, the dice tell the best stories. Yeah, so I guess let's go see the Shady Dwarf, is my vote.
To Shady Dwarf Town next.
Shady Dwarf Town.
To the Shady Dwarf. All right. So the Shatterhelm residence is in a merchant-oriented quarter of town. It is a very pointedly austere home, but absolutely everything about the craftsmanship is perfect.
Okay.
Makes sense.
There is the door is like open wide. There's like a stream of people coming and going.
Sure.
Some of them are like bringing like sacks of food. Some of them
After
are
the kings.
Yeah, exactly. And others are just bringing in a lot of leather goods, and a non-trivial amount is just straight up iron ingots. People are wheeling all sorts of stuff into this house.
Ding ding, potpourri, delivery.
No, we don't have our wheelbarrow.
Yeah, we left the wagon.
Potpourri is getting
Gotta let that
dissected
air
as
out.
we speak.
Yes, it is.
Gotta let that air out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I suppose we should talk to this. We talk to the.
Yeah,
Is
if
Bob
we just
the best
walk
person?
in.
Yeah.
Follow the line.
There appears to be a stocky dwarf, but I repeat myself, at the front door. Business.
Here to see Barb. She's expecting us.
Barb, second floor.
Thank you.
Up at the second floor, it appears to be a small parlor with completely unadorned walls and several stone bookcases. Barb is sitting and reading on one of the, I hesitate to call them cushions. They look like they're probably made out of stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. So yeah, I would like to go and close the door behind us.
All right. What is your business?
I just take the bag from Atoya and drop it on whatever table is in front of her.
Well, you certainly know how to say hello.
I heard that Sam said that you were the more reasonable of the two people in.
Oh, yes,
household.
that guy. Yeah. He, harmless vices, drinking, gambling. There are better uses for our men anyway.
I couldn't agree more. So now here's the deal. I know that there are records kept of everyone who's given a dagger. Every soldier.
Oh, yes. My brother, is very particular about this. He likes his lists.
And there is, there's a couple families we need to notify that they have been deceased. We found their bodies over by the cold storage, unfortunately.
Wondered why they hadn't reported to work in 2 days.
And there's a particular mark that we would like to see the ledgers about because we have reason to believe they witnessed what happened when the Mhyrrh died.
Okay. You have the dagger?
We do.
Fantastic. One of ours, all right. All right. Number. Be right back.
We're gonna come with you if you don't mind. It's nothing.
Sure.
And there's also a matter of some food. I know there's some rations about to be handed out. If we wanted to get our hands on a few extra for, say, some of the kids, the urchins running around on the streets, how difficult would that be?
She lifts up the bag. Not that difficult.
Outstanding.
Let's say I take this bag and perhaps I call upon you for a favor someday.
Oh, delightful.
Hey.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna sign everybody up to this if you guys don't want to.
No, she gonna give us some food? Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, yeah, for a favor to be named later.
Be a good coconut, or
I was told good coconut today.
He's good.
Good coconut.
All right. Good coconuts and
Cool. All right. Well.
bartered that.
we
She
are, a bunch of
pokes her head
coconuts.
out the door, tells a guy to go get some food. About what you asked for. He comes back with a lot of like dry goods, hardtack, beef jerky, good trail ration stuff, stuff that'll keep for a while. And yeah, there's actually a little bit more than that. So you guys, you did the math. About 100 rations would do it. You've got about 110.
So we got 11 days.
11 days for 10 people. Or, maybe you guys might need food later, just saying.
Yeah, food's really expensive.
It's supposed to come down in price. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, sure, it's
Yes.
fine.
And that
Trust the free market is what you're saying.
Yeah,
sounds good.
And she has a big old ledger in her hands. She's leafing through it. Here we go. This dagger sold 22 days ago to Ilya Strayanoga.
The
Mhyrrh.
Yeah. There's a note here to send him a thank you basket.
Why would he throw it in the fire? Oh, so he had somebody else do it because it killed him.
Yeah. And he asked to, but then there was a barbarian from the Owlbear Lodge. I guess we gotta go to the Owlbear Lodge.
Son of a whore!
Running around all damn day.
It's fine. I'll be fine. This is gonna be good.
Getting along in that day. About 1:30 p.m. at this point.
Okay.
What's the next stop?
We'll eat rations on the way. Just as we go. Beef jerky.
Just like the whole.
Pass
There
it
you go.
around.
You don't have to pay your 40 gold tonight.
Hooray!
We should probably drop all this food off, or try to get it as clandestine.
Where's the
too.
Owlbear Lodge?
I have no idea.
Do we have any idea?
Do we have any idea?
That's not a thing you've heard of yet.
All right, so then I
Can we
guess
ask-
sounds
can
like
we ask-
Midjourney is
Can we-
the next.
Can we ask her?
Yeah, we'll
before
ask.
we leave?
We'll ask.
Barb?
Oh,
Before we leave?
well, may as well, man. Go ahead.
Are you aware of a place it's called the Owlbear Lodge?
Oh, right. Berserkers. Ridiculous Russian many warriors.
Fair?
Yeah, I have no idea where their lodge is.
Okay. Well, a heart-to-heart with Midjourney.
Well, that might be maybe that big guy with the big beard who was hanging out with her. Was he like tattooed and stuff?
Yes, he was.
He might be one of them. Let's go see. Maybe she knows him.
Well, do we want to drop off the food first, or we take all the ration? How big?
We didn't bring the wheelbarrow.
I know. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, it'll be uncomfortable carrying it all in your hands. You could probably put it in a series of backpacks and carry a few sacks, but
All right, yeah, let's drop it off first because
Okay.
we gotta move fast.
Okay.
We can't be dragging.
So
food
we
around town.
back around to Thayland and drop it off, and then up to Nadoya.
all right. So, dropping off the food.
Oh boy.
You find the house. It is a nondescript 2-story building. You open the front door, and Qain and Mino can make me a perception check.
At disadvantage.
Me too.
Unless that fortification potion. No.
Still got the condition.
Unless it's a cloudy day.
How come?
Oh, it's gray and awful.
I'm assuming I have disadvantage is my point.
Yeah, you can have this.
How come I don't get to roll?
Well, son of
Reasons.
I know.
Is it?
Because
is
me
it
and the plague
Just perception.
Just perception.
12.
call me Typhoid Kitty.
13.
Also 13.
Also 13. Well, it's your lucky number, folks.
Oh.
You walk into the home, and it is quiet.
Swear to God, if this woman set us up that we knew we couldn't trust, who had the full cards, the full house.
You see,
Oh, we're so fucked.
just passing around the corner down the hallway, what looks like an outline of black motes.
Oh, I've seen this before. We're not supposed to be in here.
We'll see you again next week as we find out precisely how much they shouldn't be here. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're having a blast. Can't you just see how much fun we're having?
So much fun.